That's Mr. Joseph Malanji. Good afternoon, Mr. Malanji. Thank you for your time on the SABC News Desk.
Thank you very much, Kashni. Thank you for having me.
Welcome. Let's get right into it. Can you just put into context for us what we see unfolding in the DRC right now, taking into account the country's painful history, because we don't want to take a peripheral view of what's playing out right now?
Thank you. To start with, I must say, I would like to appreciate the support that the SADC heads of state and their governments have given to the Democratic Republic of Congo. And secondly, I would like to commend President Kabila for coming out and sticking to his word. You must realize that prior to this election, there was a primary celebration in the Democratic Republic of Congo, because quite a good number of people did not think President Kabila was going to step down and give chance to others to contest this election. So, one, President Kabila stood to his word. Two, you have to look at the situation in the Congo. It's quite a complex situation, because there was condemnation of the machines that were procured by the Electoral Commission of the Democratic Republic of Congo. But you have to look at the scenario. This is a country which has got 600 political parties. This is a country which had 15,600 plus members of parliament contesting. So it is quite a complex situation, and it's from that premise that we actually commend President Kabila for having had come up with CENI, because you must realize that all being equal, these elections in the Democratic Republic of Congo actually qualify to be part of their tourism attraction.
Why do you say that?
This is a country which has just had the 3 elections from for the past 60 years. So it is something that is new to quite a good number of people in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And when you look at the setup of the election which took place this time, CENI applied quite a good degree of transparency. The machines, in quite a good number of places where we had put our observers, performed tremendously well. As opposed to the situation which was prevailing before the elections, people thought the machines were not going to work. But given the numbers of the participants, that was the only solution, and the machines did quite a commendable job.
All right. President Lungu has issued a statement. I've read that the SADC chair organ on politics and defense in that capacity, suggesting a government of national unity for the DRC. How widely did he and thoroughly did he consult with SADC on that one?
Obviously, he had consultations with quite a good number of stakeholders, heads of state in the SADC region inclusive. You see, you have to look at the situation in Congo as a unique situation altogether. This is a country in which some of the people in this country were differentialized. One, there were regions like Beni and Butembo where there was cholera. And as observer mission, we made sure that we didn't want to be biased to ask the Minister of Health from the Democratic Republic of Congo. We had an inquiry from the World Health Organization, which we thought would give us correct statistics. And we got statistics from the World Health Organization, which gave us the numbers of the fatal instances in the same region. So that was the primary factor that we had, that the Ebola virus was on the ground. It was there in those regions. To which degree, of course, we didn't have medical practitioners in our team. So we're relying on this information from the World Health Organization. Two, there are other places where elections were postponed. on the with the reason of insecurity in those areas. So those people that were differentialized, and when you look at the concerns that are being brought up, much as that has been indication has been given to the would-be stakeholders, you must realize that one of the candidates yesterday filed a petition with the Concord in the DRC. Yes. So I will not dwell much on that one because it will be getting into contemptuous situation, considering that the matter is already in court. But having said that, as SADC, you must realize that SADC, out of the 5 regions in Africa, SADC is relatively a very stable region. And it is from that premise that the heads of states would want to make sure that you have dialogue, you have an inclusive government to the person that has been declared the winner of this election. Yes. It's a win-win situation that we are looking at. You know, we should not wear a metal jacket. We are looking at making sure that peace prevails in the country.
South Africa is a non-permanent member on the United Nations Security Council. Well, they're also proposing a mediation team that will also include women to go and engage with stakeholders in the DRC. Do you think this will be accepted by members of the United Nations Security Council at this juncture?
You see, I'm glad you've asked that question. You have to look at what this indicates to you the level of commitment the SADC region has got to having a peaceful Democratic Republic of Congo. That was before the elections, and even after, during the elections and after the elections. I must tell you that there was quite a good number of engagements with the heads of state and the incumbent President Kabila whilst this process was going on in the DRC. So it is from that premise, which I would agree with the South Africa as member of the UN Security Council, that we should find a good approach from which we can try and put in place a peaceful resolution in this region. Because this is the region where a good number of people were differentialized in the election. Yes. So let's find a way through which we can harmonize this. Much as there would be a victor in the election, we have to see how we are going to harmonize this.
What are the chances, Mr. Minister, of this kind of unity that we all want coming to fruition? It does appear rather slim now with the Fayulu court filing, going to Constitutional Court a few days ago.
Keshni, necessity knows no law. We are looking at what is the best route that we can use to have an amicable solution in the Democratic Republic of Congo. We must appreciate their sovereign jacket, from which quite a good number of things have got to be executed. But much as we appreciate the Electoral Commission, they are doing a commendable job, the heads of state surrounding this country in the SADC region must equally come up with solutions that they feel, if taken, the Congolese government and other stakeholders will come to an amicable solution and have a peaceful solution after this election.
Zambia's Foreign Minister, Mr. Joseph Malanji, thank you for your time on the SABC News Desk. We do appreciate your invaluable insights.
Thank you so much.